Hey friends, it's Thursday, and I just I'm in I'm in a cycle where I feel like speaking and making videos. So that's what I'm doing. I try to understand the cycles, my cycles. We all have them, and but I don't completely. I do understand parts of them, but I do understand this so that I like talking, but I don't always want to talk, and there will be times when I don't want to talk. I feel like talking, so I'm doing so. The other thing I want to share is that something I'm aware of in joining the vinyl community and making these videos is I have always I come from a family of musicians, preachers, and artists, and on both sides of my family, we're talkers. Everybody in my family likes to talk. People like to orate. My grandpa on my mom's side was a great Baptist minister here in the state of Nebraska. Mesmerizing man. I used to. They thought that's what I was going to be. I was his acolyte. Actually, he actually lived with him for a while, and he was teaching me how to write sermons. I actually wrote my first sermon for a Baptist church. I helped write one. I was maybe 10 years old. I bet you didn't know that, did you, Stephanie? My sister. What I'm getting at is that I've always known that like to I like to speak when I feel like it. I don't always want to, but as much as finding the vinyl community to find people who are like-minded regarding music, it has afforded me a platform to speak, which I've always recognized I like and want to do. And so I just thought I'd share that, that it is part of my family's DNA to be talkers, storytellers who like to talk. Preachers, I was supposed to be a preacher. I tried to, and that's a whole nother story. But anyway, I enjoyed sharing a little bit yesterday, and someone had mentioned they'd like to see my Philip Glass collection. I don't have much of a Philip Glass collection. I've got a few things, and I'll pull them. What I'd like to share about why I admire Philip Glass so much is I heard his music, and then I got to see him play live a time before that I met him, and that was it. I experienced the music live. Whoa. Listening to it on record is not even close. Philip Glass is working with something still slightly intangible, and it's not captured on record, in my opinion. You capture some of it, but live it's like, whoa. And I've seen him twice with the Philip Glass Ensemble, and it is powerful. It's fantastic. What I do have by him, I was able to pull this quickly because my box sets are out in the other room. This year I found Einstein on the Beach, and it's in perfect shape. This is a trial. I have never listened to this all the way through in one sitting. I don't think I could. This is what I notice about this. As a work that is a frame of reference, it's brilliant. Einstein, the way that Einstein is represented here, at first seems pretty abstract. But what I've discovered from listening to, and I have listened to most of this, but not all in one sitting, is after a while, when you let go, this is my experience, after a while when I let go of trying to make sense of what I'm hearing, these impressions start to appear. And it's fascinating because a lot of them are images of Einstein doing things, or it's brilliant. It's like, it's amazing. It really is. It's amazing. It's not much fun to listen to. I don't have too many other Philip Glass records. What I have is right here. I'll show what I have. And is that it? Yeah. Gladiators. I had a few other Philip Glass records and I sold them. As I just said, for me, Philip Glass best is experienced live, and he's been an inspiration as a person. So I don't play these records too much. But what I do have is The Photographer. I have not ever consciously tried to collect Philip Glass. I need to just say that. I've never wanted to collect his records. He's been a major inspiration, though. Songs from Liquid Days. I had Dark Star when it first came out on Virgin, and I got rid of it because I didn't like it. I wasn't listening to it. Now, the record that I have by him that means the most to me is this one. Solo Music, Philip Glass. And this one, I've told the story before, I'll tell it again. I believe that it was Steve Sheehan, the lead singer of Digital Sex, who introduced me to Philip Glass. I had heard about him, but Steve was into Philip Glass. And so, long story short is that Steve went to school in Iowa City, and for some reason, when Philip Glass came to Iowa City to perform, Steve was asked to come and interview him. We live in Omaha, and Steve and I were very close at the time, so of course I'm going to go to the concert, and of course I'm going to go and watch Steve interview Philip Glass. Very interestingly, on the way to Iowa City, we stopped in, I forget what the town is, we stopped in a town near Iowa City, and it really seemed odd. We just ended up going to a record store. And this was in the record store on the way to see Philip Glass. So of course I bought it. It was like, this is unreal, you know, this is supposed to be happening. When we get to Iowa City, set up for the interview and stuff, and it's going fine, and it goes fine. Then at the end of the interview, I introduce myself, and I say, you know, I brought one of your records, you know, can I have your autograph? And when I pulled it out, his eyes bugged. He said, "Where did you get that?" At the time, this was in the early 80s, and he signed it to me. At the time of this, even he did not have a copy of this, and he explained it to me. He had lived in France for a while in the 60s. And while he was there, he had tried to shop this demo tape. For him, this is a demo tape. He had tried to shop this demo tape around, trying to get someone to put it out, and no one would. But he never got the tape back. And consequently, someone in France just decided to put it out, you know, without permission. So he was intrigued. I don't know all what he thought, but he was very intrigued of meeting me, and I have his music of his that even he doesn't have. And then I had records of mine, and he was very interested in my music, and he had me sign both of them. The 2 7-inch EPs that I first made back in 82 and 83, they're long gone. That was just so important to me. He was so humble and empowering. It was empowering to meet someone of his musical stature. I was fully aware of his music stature at that time, by then. To have him regard me as a peer, well, I am. I'm a human being. We're all just humans. But so this is my most prized Philip Glass piece. If I could acquire more Philip Glass records, I would, but I'm not consciously looking for them because I don't play them. Like I said, Philip Glass is someone to really experience live. Just amazing music. Just amazing. And I just wanted to share that.